How impressive is this?
It's very impressive. It's a testament to how good and for how long LeBron has been good. Skip, he's still playing at a very high level. The Lakers played 71 games. Bron played in 67 of them. And the closest he came last year to having that streak broken, Skip, was last year when he only played 55 games. He ended up with 1,505 as far as points. But, Skip, I mean, to do what he's been doing is just he led the league in assists. No player has been at his age or that old to lead a major statistical category, which is points, rebound, or assists. And for him to be playing at this level and to think he has stepped off a cliff. How many guys would love to step off a cliff and average 25 points, 10 assists, and 7.5 rebounds a game? How many would like to step off that cliff? This year he tied for the second fewest points he's ever scored in a season. Let that sink in. In year 17, it's the tie for the second fewest, and he averaged 25. Oh, my goodness. And he stepped off a cliff. Man, where them cliffs at? Because there's going to be a lot of people want to step off those cliffs in year 17 if they're fortunate enough to make it to year 17.
Washed king.
Yeah, I can't tell. You saw it with his shirt unbuttoned, right? Washboard king. That's what they call it. You ought to be ashamed. You should be.
What? I didn't say a word.
Yeah, you go.
What am I ashamed of?
You should be ashamed that LeBron James ain't going nowhere, and you gonna be having gonna be having these battles for many years to come, at least for another 3. I got at least for another 3, and he gonna get Kareem's record, and he gonna be first team All NBA. But Skip, this is I mean, how do you find fault with this? Number 1 seed in the West, the Western Conference, not the East. 25, 10, and 8. I'm running out of adjectives.
Really?
Yeah. Let me get this thesaurus over here. Go ahead and look up. I'm gonna look up some words I want to describe. Oh, go.
I got lots of adjectives.
You a hater.
You ready?
That's what you got.
I think it's my turn. So I'm going to give you this. This quote-unquote record, it's an achievement to tie Kareem.
Right.
17 years of 1,500 plus.
Right.
It's amazing and extraordinary only for the durability and the longevity required to achieve it.
Right.
He is Iron Man. He had the one glitch last year with the pulled or torn groin or whatever it was, but that's the only glitch.
Right.
And he's been strong the whole year at age 35, obviously. He takes great care of himself, and I honor and admire that greatly. So this is a longevity achievement of just staying healthy enough, strong enough to do what you do.
Right.
You can roll out of bed to me, and if you're going to play 80-ish games in a year, you're going to easily get 1,500 points. Those are not a lot of points. In fact, to me, by superstar standards, 1,500 points is pretty ordinary.
It is.
1,500.
But why have only 2 people done it then? So there's only been 2 superstars?
Well, it's just longevity because Kareem, at 7 feet 2 inches tall, wasn't a leaper, and he kept himself in superb condition because he knew how to eat. It was a different way of eating, but he found it early in his career, and he stayed slender the whole way. And he kept the weight, as opposed to Zion, off his knees.
We're going to talk about him a little later.
Well, but the poor kid, he's got to get it. He's got to just get it, and he's got to lose it. No, he ain't got to get it. He need to lose it. He needs to lose it. I understand. But Kareem was able to endure for 20 years because he could just stay healthy. He was so lithe. He was just so slender, and he could run all day and not put a lot of pressure and damage on his knees. Okay, so let's put in perspective, or to use Shannon Sharp's word, let's provide context.
That's what I need.
For 1,500 points.
Yeah.
Let's go to the top because you have proclaimed LeBron James the GOAT. You say he's better than Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the number 2 guy in Chicago, right? Okay, so let's look at what happened in the 11 seasons Michael was in Chicago for the Bulls. 11 years he played there. In his rookie year, he scored the fewest points he scored in those 11 seasons. Predictably, he was just a rookie.
Right.
But those points were 2,313. So his worst season of scoring points in a season came in his first year, and it was still 2,313. Only one time in LeBron's whole career of 17 years has he ever eclipsed that number, 2,313, and that came way back in 06 when he scored his career high, 2,478.
Right.
So he was only like 100 and plus points. He was just barely above Michael's worst point scoring season, which was in Chicago his rookie year, 11 years. So just for the record, every one of those full seasons in Chicago that he played, obviously he had a hiatus because it was forced and he was out for a couple. But the point was, in his full seasons in Chicago, Michael Jordan led the league in points scored every year. All 11 years, he led the whole league in points scored. I'm not talking about average, just points scored, okay? So his average points scored in those 11 seasons, 2,583. Wow, 2,583. And would you believe that his average was higher than LeBron's highest total for a season? So I'm trying to put 1,500 in perspective, because Jordan just obliterated 1,500. It wasn't even a thought to him. You feel like he scored 1,500 in the preseason. You know, like nobody really cared about 1,500 because he was scoring at such a high rate. Right. So I can even go to Michael's final year when he was a shell of himself in Washington. And his final year in the league, he scored 1,640 points. So he scored 1,500 plus points in his final season, after he'd taken 3 years off out of principle to take a stand for Phil Jackson being pushed out the back door by Jerry Krause. He said, I'm taking 3 years off. Now I'm going to go finish in Washington. And that final year, 1,640 points. So even that year was above 1,500 points. So 1,500 is not eyebrow raising, but I'll give you this: 17 straight years of 1,500 is all-time great.
So in other words, Michael Jordan played 14 seasons. Is that what you're telling me? So he played the 12 seasons because he came back midway through 95. So he played the 12 seasons.
It's 11 full in Chicago.
11 full, but I'm going to give him 12 because they credited him that season in 2 years, right? So that's 14 full seasons, correct. So LeBron has done this for 17 straight seasons. That's 3 more seasons than Michael played, right? If you, so help me, I'm not really good at math, Jenny, so maybe you can help me pull your calculator out right quick. So how can Michael...
Jenny's not here.
Oh, she's not here? Okay.
Jenny's not over here.
Okay, you got a phone?
She's way over there, and you're alone.
Okay, I'm alone. Okay.
You have no backup.
Okay, I got no
You
backup.
are on an island by yourself, and you are backpedaling, and it's okay.
No, okay.
We got time.
No,
we got time. In fact, if you want to unsocial distance and invite Jenny to come over and stand behind you,
that'd be great.
I got scratch paper because, you know, when I be doing multiple once we got past timetables, I wasn't good with math, so I'm going to try to scribble this down. So Michael Jordan played 14 seasons. LeBron James has played 17 seasons. Can you tell me and the people at home, how does Michael Jordan still have 1,200 more shots when he played through three fewer seasons?
Because he was a scorer like nobody's business.
Let that sink in.
Wait, let this sink in. Michael Jordan won 10 NBA scoring titles.
Yes.
LeBron's won 1.
How many assist titles? How many assist titles?
No, he still averaged a bunch of assists.
Do you realize?
He averaged 7 assists a game. If he had decided, he probably would have won 8 or 10.
So if LeBron James had decided to lead the league in scoring more than once, he would have. Because I'm going to use your argument. If LeBron James said, you know what, I want to lead the league in rebounding, he would have. If I'm using your theory. But I just want to know one thing, Skip. I mean, LeBron has never, ever not led his team in assists. Has Michael Jordan led his team in assists every single season?
I don't know. He averaged 7.
Let me answer that for you. No.
Pretty good.
LeBron James has led his team in scoring. This is the first year, in year 17, that he's not going to. So he's led his team in scoring more times more years than Michael Jordan actually played.
Yeah, but all I hear about LeBron is, I don't have enough help. So how could he not lead the team in scoring if he didn't have enough help? Nobody's going to challenge him for the scoring lead on the team.
Well, Skip, the thing is that Michael couldn't play with another guy that had an offensive skill set like his. That's why all the pieces around him fit. Scottie Pippen fit, Ron Harper, B.J. Armstrong, those big guys, they all fit because Michael needed the ball. We understand that. So Skip, I'm not trying to diminish Mike, but you got to, like you said, you got to provide context. Context. He was a scorer. LeBron can score, hence the 27-point career average. But LeBron could also rebound and facilitate, assist the ball better than Michael. He could do that. That's not up for debate. That's factual.
Well, he's a lot bigger.
What they got to do with anything?
Rebounding. Oh, my God. LeBron James should have averaged 10 rebounds.
Well, let me ask you a question. Who is bigger, Michael Jordan or Russell Westbrook? Because Russ averaged more rebounds than Mike. So it can't be based on size. Basketball is not about size. When Dr. Naismith made the basket, invented the game.
Heart. Maybe LeBron should have had more heart.
Oh, that is hard. You gonna try to find a way to try to diminish my guy while trying to prop your guy up?
No.
Skip, I'm not trying to take anything from Mike. Mike played 14 seasons. In 11 of those seasons, he was spectacular. He was not Mike in DC as he was in Chicago.
Okay.
And give him credit. To his credit, he needed time to get back in Michael Jordan shape. So 95, we're going to throw that one out the window also. For 11 seasons, he was historically transcendent great.
Okay.
But my guy has been that for 17 years.
Okay. I'm going to put this back in context for you.
Okay.
To average 1,500 plus points a year for 17 is not a superstar achievement. It doesn't have anything to do with gift or skill.
Well, how many other guys have done it?
Well, I'm about to get to this.
Okay.
It's a longevity achievement. It's a durability achievement, period, end of
Kobe
story.
played 20 years.
Okay.
Tim Duncan played 19.
Yeah,
so did Karl Malone.
Kobe was hurt a lot of those years.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
He got hurt at the end.
Yeah, the last 5, 6 years, he was hurt every year.
The last I'll give you the last 3 or 4.
Okay.
Okay, what about Tim Duncan?
What about him?
Was he any good? Did he do that?
Do what? 1,500